Ms. Verma, can men get pregnant?
Dr. Verma,
Yes.
I just want to make sure we're
Dr.
all
Verma,
addressing
can
each
men
other
get
with
pregnant? As a doctor, give me your opinion. As a doctor, can men get pregnant?
I mean,
I'll move on to the next one. Doctor, can men get pregnant?
No.
I know you're a lawyer, an AG, like I was an AG. Can men get pregnant?
No.
If you think that was bad, wait till you get a load of this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
I take care of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a
totally
doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like to me.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
It also,
We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged, and yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Senator Hawley does it again. I've always called him one of the best out there representing the American people. This exchange happened at a Senate Help Committee hearing, which was designed and orchestrated to examine the risks of I'm going to mispronounce this, mifepristone, which is the main chemical abortion drug after FDA rules loosened in 2021. This is the doctor that took over 15 different times the opportunity to answer a very simple question and turned it into political grandstanding and supporting notions that are neither backed by science, backed by the medical professionals who are on a day-to-day basis trying to inform and help their patients, biological realities, etc., etc. Her name is Dr. Nisha Verman, and she is an OBGYN doctor over at Emory Healthcare. Before this hearing, she had 4.9 out of 5 stars rating out of 48 ratings. Well, that's changed a little bit since this hearing happened yesterday. This is what I love about the free market. You know, Josh Hawley was right. The American people are sick and tired of this crap. This is the reason I started this channel. I've got 2 kids. I want them and their grandkids and my grandkids' grandchildren to wake up in an America that makes sense, that actually aligns with reality, with practicality, with the Constitution, American values and ideals. Well, check out some of these reviews. One person gave her a 1 star, saying if there were only 0 stars to give, that's what I would choose. For a board-certified physician, not to know the difference between XX chromosome and the XY chromosome, who is able to get birth, she should not be practicing medicine. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Let me know down below. And they go on and on and on. She got a ton of 1 stars. Yikes, men can't get pregnant. It's a scientific fact, and scary that you as a doctor don't even comprehend or know that. Oh, and here's a big shocker, everybody. Dr. Nisha Verma is also an adjunct professor. Aha! It all makes sense now, doesn't it? I looked at her academic appointment and her education. She's got a MD from the University of North Carolina and a master's in physical health, MPH, from Emory University, which is supposed to be one of the preeminent medical institutions in our country. Over 15 times she was asked a very, very simple question. You heard Senator Moody ask the other doctors that were present without hesitation, can a man get pregnant? No. Can a man get pregnant? No. Because it's backed by science. It's backed by evidence. And the American people made their voices resoundingly clear on November 5th, 2024. I wonder if Dr. Nisha's, Varma's, whatever her name is, her parents could see what their, the average tuition to be a doctor in the USA, it's between $400,000 and $600,000. Let me repeat that. $400,000 and $600,000, because you have to go through, 15, 20 years of school practically to become a doctor. I wonder if her parents are proud of the fact that they spent $600,000 and that is the end result. This is a major psyop, and nobody can speak on this better than moi, who actually, besides the fact that I've been running businesses my whole life, besides the fact that I've worked in hospitality, I was a server, I was a bartender in my 20s and 30s. I ran a catering company, a bunch of other things, but I went into the public sector in my late 20s to become a professor, and I taught at multiple universities. I can speak on this, but this is a major psyop. They've invaded every institution, these woke DEI ideologies, which are parasitic. They are cancerous. This is the worst contagion that has ever afflicted civilized society in the history of man. Bubonic plague, got nothing on woke DEI. Ebola, nothing. C-19, got nothing. Nathan on woke parasitic ideologies revolving around DEI. You know, I tried to watch this new show because I was a big fan of sort of doctor dramas when I was a kid. I loved watching ER, you know, before I knew any better about what was really going on in Hollywood. And then I tried to watch this new show, The Pit. I like Noah Wyle. I think he's great. But then I kept hearing this interesting vernacular that kept getting sprinkled throughout and distributed through multiple characters. Words like unhoused, diversity is our strength, gun violence, climate change, climate crisis. You've got characters wearing hijabs. You've got, this is a major psychological operation, and it's being conducted on all sorts of fronts. It's invaded our institutions, our academic institutions, our entertainment industry, our media. Political leaders have been completely drenched in this disgusting, repulsive, anti-American vernacular and philosophy. And I had to turn the show off. I couldn't watch it anymore. And this Dr. Varma, there's probably 3 or 4 characters on that show. You know, they just recently won Golden Globes. There's probably 3 or 4 characters on that show that are almost exact replicas of this Dr. Varma, who is a real doctor helping real patients and can't answer a simple question that other doctors took them less than 2 seconds to answer because it's backed by science and medical practicing. She couldn't answer a simple yes/no question if men can get pregnant. My fellow Americans, this is the whole apex. This is the whole crux. This is the premise of my show to make common sense go viral, and you can help. All you got to do is tap that thumbs up and share this with everybody. It doesn't cost you a thing. Even if you're watching on TV, you could even do it with your TV remote. If we don't combat this, and we fought really beautifully, as was shown on November 5th, 2024, when we won the House, the Senate, every major swing state, and the general election in a landslide. We won the battle, but the war continues. If we lose the midterms, I don't even want to think of it. If we lose the midterms, everything's going to be reversed. Everything's going to go back to the way it was. It's going to be awful for our country, awful for the world. Many people are going to suffer, and we're going to be right back where we started. I'm going to fight every single day. My mission has become even more ironclad. And if you're with me, let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear from you on what you think of this. Dr. Varma could be your doctor, could be your mother's doctor, your kids, your grandmother, your wife, your husband, your grandkids. We have to stop this. Stop this nonsense. The truth must erect itself and make itself known. And we have to help it. We have to help nudge it along because there's a lot of deceitful liars out there who are trying to suppress it. I need your help. I can't wait to hear from you. Don't forget to check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Tap that video right now. Go watch this one next. And then make sure you tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. You can even do it down below. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.